thank the participant for asking insightful questions. Thank you. So we'll move to the next agenda.
Thank you very much. Before we move to the next, I would like to quickly recognize the presence of the following Mr. Oshewa Vijay, representing the principal, Federal Government Girls College, Akure, and the student from Sacred Heart Minor Seminary, Catholic Secondary School. You are welcome. Sanitarian Dayo Ogedembe, Managing Director of Ondo State Waste Management Board, you are welcome. Mr. Undo Festus, Mr. Bankole, Permanent Secretary of Ondo State Ministry of Natural Resources, you are welcome. We are going to attend short remarks from our participants. First, I am going to call the representative from the Ministry of Education, Ondo State.
The Vice Chancellor of the Director of Wascal, Professor DRP-WACS, thank you to start on the existing protocol. I want to say good afternoon to everybody and all the participants. And let me first of all thank God for this program and for the 40 years existence of the university. In 1981, I was a student in this school. Not university then, but Federal Polytechnic. I was studying science technology, but later I went to Ondo State, Ekiti State University now for my degree education. I want to appreciate the university community, most especially the Vice Chancellor, for putting up this program, this laudable program at this time. We all know what climate change is, and it is a change in our climate, and we know the factors that contribute, that bring about change in our climate. And I want to say that everybody here, is a contributor to that. Through our activities, burning, and so on and so forth, degradation of our trees, pollution, and so on and so forth. So, if you want to curb, or if you want to prevent, or if you want to, let's say, resuscitate this climate change now, we are going to have attitudinal changes. I used to burn my waste. I must put stop to that. Yes. When it is raining, everybody, all the dirt in our houses, we start putting it in our erosion, flooding. So it causes flooding. All these are the result or consequences of climate change. So we need to have a change of attitude in order to prevent climate change. The essence, the negative effect of climate change, we have ozone depletion, we have earth warming, and so on and so forth. And all these things have negative effect on our environment. Look at our daily seasons now. It has changed. Nobody can predict when it is going to rain or not. So all this is a result of a climate change. So I want us to have attitudinal change. Now, you have requested for collaboration with the university. And on behalf of the ministry and my peers, we have been collaborating with you, with all the tertiary institutions in the state, in one way or the other. And I want to say now, emphatically, that we are going to go in, we are going to collaborate with you. And in addition, the ministry has been organizing programs on agriculture, and on environment. We are going to continue in that, so that we are uniting our students, our school communities, on the effects of climate change and its consequences. Once I want to appreciate the university community.
Once upon a time, actually, I'm a Futarian. I graduated from metrology department. So that is my boss. He was my HOD there, my lecturer, and the rest. Thank you very much, sir. Like I've said, I stand on the existing protocol. As a Ministry of Environment, as we know that climate change is now a global issue, global sign for everybody. And as a ministry, we too, we have been up to our duty as a enforcing agency. Now, on our part, in order to mitigate some effect of climate change, we have been involving in various activities and programs. Like recently now, the Governor Forum has mandated all the states to embark on what we call climate budget tagging. This involves tagging all the projects that relate to climate change in all the MDs of the state, which has been successfully done, so that individual MDs, any project that they are doing that relates to climate change, they have to, everything has to be collated so that the data and other things be collected. Then also, we also embark on other projects that in mitigation and adaptation as well, like sectorial awareness. All those things, we engage all ministries, relevant ministries, so that all of us together will team up to do some tangible work. Then in the area of flooding too, we thank God for the governor of the state. This year alone he has procured 2 Swangy buggy for flood control in the state. So we are applauding. So we also we are collaborating with ZL Global as environmental consultant in the state, which she has been performing very excellently well. So in summary, we want to employ the Wascal. We implore for your collaboration. We also invite all the other bodies that has proposal or one thing or the other. You are welcome to the ministry. We will fully engage any interested bodies. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, the Vice Chancellor and others. I stand on the existing protocol as representing agriculture. There is a challenge that we all have, and that has to do with how we will be fed. What are we going to eat? How are we going to be fed? And the population is increasing. So that's a major challenge, and we know that at this side of the world, we are still basing our agriculture on rain feeding. It's a rain-fed agriculture that we are doing, and that is a big challenge. When we don't know how the effect of climate is going to affect the rainfall. The farmers are expecting the rain will be at this time, and it's not coming. That's a serious challenge. I appreciate the presentation of the Prof. It's an eye-opener to me also. I would have been asking a question, but there's no need for it again because I heard they are going to collaborate with Wascal and FUTA. So, with that, I rest my case because they shouldn't really be the ones doing the research for us. Talking about Abakaliki, who want to go. From Europe. So it's a challenge and a wake-up call. We have work to do in this area of safety. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prof. Sanitarian Ogidembe.
Good afternoon, everybody. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I'm from Waste Management Authority. I want to join other speakers, other ministry that comments on one, two, or the other. But let me just go to one or two things that we know and that we like doing best from our authority, which is Waste Management Authority. And you know, we are all about waste, which is one of the most important human activities that contribute to climate change. Let me bring us shortly to a memory of how World Environment Day has been celebrated in the past 4 years. It has all been climate change. 2018, we talked about pollution. It was on climate change. 19, air pollution. And 20, biodiversity. And this year, we talked about ecosystem restoration. About climate change. And let me just come to where I will just talk shortly, which is waste. We all know the importance of waste, that we cannot just what do about it in a day. When we look at our state holistically, we know that, let me say, we are eating very well in this state. And at every point, we are generating a lot of waste per minute. And in our authority, we have tried to put many things in place to ensure that the waste rates in the state are managed properly in order not to cause bad effects on our environment. And let me just say this, last year, or this year, the authority embarked on some activities that people were like shouting it out. Why did this authority have to close down this central place? Close down this road? It was because of the effects those areas are causing to our climate. A lot of people, a lot of press came to our authority and started asking questions. We had this also, business premises were closed, this also places were closed, and we begin to tell them their effects. And even the state governor said, oh, please go on. And I want to tell us that without managing our waste properly, there will be issues on climate change. And like the representative from Ministry of Environment was saying the other time, our people are so much, let me call it, the state government gave a mandate the other time that anybody that is arrested on road divider dropping waste, that those people should be taken to psychiatric hospital to go and test. And that was the mandate we are having presently. And we are right from for over 4-5 weeks now, we have been on night and morning policing. And at every point in time, anybody we arrest on this policing, dropping waste on the roadside, we take them to psychiatric hospitals because it is not normal. And we believe anybody doing abnormal thing is not normal. So, and that is what we are doing now. And anybody, after we take them to psychiatric hospital and we discover that they are sound, we now take them to court. And if they are not sound, we retain them there. So that is the treatment we are doing. And we have been on sensitization and enlightenment on people how to manage. Been on several on radio, on television. We've been on road walks, sensitizing people on how to manage their waste. Burning waste, we know the effect. Dumping of waste in a drainage, in a gutter, on the roadside, the effect is highly, we have to consider the effect on our climate change, on our environment, because what we give to our environment is what our environment will give back to us. I have a lot of things to say, but permit me to stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator. We have for presentation for 5 minutes. Are you ready, please?
The heart of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, FUTA, is the doctoral research program in West African Climate Systems, DRP-WACS. DRP-WACS is one of the core branches of the West African Science Service Center on Climate Change and Adapted Land Use, Wascal, supported by the German Federal Ministry of Education and Research, BMBF.
My name is Jacob Adeyewa. I'm the director of the Wascal Doctoral Research Program in West African Climate Science. We have become the regional powerhouse in meteorology, and why would many students across West Africa, across East Africa, in Southern Africa would want to run with us? Why would they want to fly with us? Why would they want to study with us? It's because we have become the regional powerhouse in the science of meteorology. We are quite good and unbeatable on the use of numerical weather prediction for weather forecasting, for coastal management, for agricultural meteorology, for urban meteorology, for biometeorology, for coastal management, and so on and so forth. We use satellite meteorology, remote sensing, GIS application in solving numerous climate systems.
The Department of Meteorology and Climate Service is recognized by the World Meteorological Organization, WMO. The vision of DRP-WACS FUTA is to be an international center of excellence in training, research and service delivery in meteorology, climate science and related fields, and our mission is to produce well-trained scientists needed to provide viable solutions to weather and climate-related challenges globally and particularly in the West African sub-region.
My name is Balon Ifeoluwa Adebowale, an associate professor of urban climatology and climate change. I am the deputy director of the DRP-WACS FUTA. Our DRP-WACS is unique in a way with its friendly atmosphere, and the world-class lecturers and climate experts are drawn from different parts of the world, from highly rated universities and other institutions of science. And with this, we are doing a great job in meteorology and climate science for the West African sub-region.
My name is Dr. Ayo Obuleye, Research Coordinator, DRP-WACS FUTA. I'm also the Associate Professor in the Department of Meteorology and Climate Science. Our center is the hub of the computational study climate studies, and our work cuts across value projection and hydrogen forecast.
In close collaboration with the Department of Meteorology and Climate Science, DRP-WACS has successfully trained and empowered about 30 doctoral students from Nigeria, Ghana, Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, Niger, Senegal, Togo, Mali, Burkina Faso, and the Gambia. Our equipment include the following: WMO, World Meteorological Organization Standard Meteorological Observatory, High-performance computers for modeling climate scenarios, Xeon E4 cluster machine. Our supercomputers are a million times more powerful than an average desktop computer and the first of its kind in Nigeria used for high-speed simulation of climate models. Video conferencing facility, convenient and functional student accommodation, lecture rooms and seminar rooms.
Hello everyone, I'm Imole Agenjike, an alumni of the Wascal Doctoral Research Program in West African Climate System, hosted by the Federal University of Technology Akure, FUTA, Nigeria. I am privileged to benefit from the Wascal program. During the program, we were exposed to rigorous courses. Where lecturers from different parts of the world took us through modular courses and provided us with valuable resources relevant to improve our knowledge and understanding of the West African climate systems. The program also provided a platform for us to engage with experts in our respective fields, where we had the opportunity to do quality research and improve on our research outputs. I must say unequivocally that the Wascal program is timely for the region, and the quality of the training received is of global standard, and this has greatly enhanced my service delivery in teaching and research activities here at the Department of Meteorology and Climate Science of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Nigeria.
Good morning, sirs and everyone. I am privileged to be one of the batch 4 of the Wascal DRP. I am Akure Michael. I believe I'll be speaking on behalf of all my colleagues who really have had a wonderful relationship with staff around here. Whenever we knock on their door, they are always ready to open. And lecturers have been fantastic in their discussion, teaching, lecturing, and sharing ideas with us. And with respect to the accommodation, I think we've had one of the best. Our rooms are self-contained here. Toilet, bedroom, and kitchen, refrigerator. We have our own standby generator. Internet is perfect, and we have a minimum of 18 hours light per day. The environment is well secured, both within and outside the school.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Christiana Fumilola Olusegun, an alumnus of Wascal. I graduated in the year 2016, the second batch of Wascal students from Federal University of Technology, Akure. You are welcome. This is open day, and I'm using this opportunity to invite you to choose us, Federal University of Technology, where we specialize in West African climate system. And I want you to come over because you will feel loved. The environment is friendly, the lecturers, the staff, they are very welcoming. The aim of the program is impact us in the knowledge and make us one of the West African climate scientists that will be able to combat climate change challenges in Africa as a whole. And I must tell you, I submitted my thesis just barely 3 months after I got a postdoctoral fellowship. Also, I went to Germany to do, and I did my 1-year postdoctoral assignment. But let me tell you also before I even defended, I already had 3 offers. I had 1 offer in Brazil for postdoc. I was also given the job at even Federal University of Technology, Akure. Without knowing anyone, I just wrote a letter, a speculative application, and I attached to it my CV and my experiences, and whoa, I was given the job. So I had to choose between the 3 offers. I had the job at Federal University of Technology, Akure. I had a postdoc in Germany, I had another in Brazil. Eventually, I feel like they are going to also improve my knowledge by going with my sponsor. So I went to Germany for my 1-year postdoc. Immediately after that, also I got another job in my country with a research institute, which is a governmental organization. But I want to tell you, this testimony is not only peculiar to me. I and my other colleagues in the set, we are all gainfully employed as at now. In my set, I'm the only female anyway, so I was surrounded by 8 other top guys, and they are all well placed in different countries now. So I'm imploring you to come over to the University of Technology and know what it means to be a climate scientist. Thank you.
DRP-WACS, FUTA, the unbeatable leader in climate science. DRP-WACS, FUTA, raising climate champions.
I'm Kamplana Samuel Garuba, Director of Urban Renewal and Development Matters from the Ministry of School Planning and Urban Development. I'm representing my permanent secretary. I stand on the existing protocol, and I have to appreciate my orgas, because as an alumni of Federal University of Technology, I feel like home whenever I come around. And I really want to appreciate Professor Adeyewa for that accolade granted earlier on. And as a town planner, when I look at the theme of this program, I can see the issue of climate change, then adapted land use. And town planners determine the use of land. And presently, there's an ongoing national conference on the National Physical Planning Standard at the Royal Best Hotel. But because of the recognition of my permanent secretary on the importance of this program, he said I should come around and attend the program. So I see that when we talk of physical development, whatever happening on the environment, either on the land, on the sea, in the air, town planners have to take consideration of it. And as urban planners, we play a significant role in shaping the development of urban areas. And we will be at the forefront of ensuring cities adapt to climate, to withstand the impact of climate change. And we see that climate-friendly urban planning plays a key role in climate change mitigation and adaptation, and allows for sustainable development of living conditions for future generations. Whatever planning we are making today is not only for the present but for the future. And we see as urban planners, we have advantage of universality of the tools available to us, like stakeholders engagement, development management, and design standards. Those things are available to us to be used for urban planning regimes worldwide. And looking at climate change, whatever planning we are making, we have to take cognizance of the current trends of things, most especially on the effect of climate change on our environment, because climate change threatens not only economic growth, but it also acts as a poverty multiplier by increasing the number of poor people and by making poor people poorer, as well as inequality in the environment. So we see why humanity may be able to take collective action to limit the intensity of the effects of climate change. We see that scientific evidence indicates that some of those effects are already happening. Like our discussion here, we can see the issue of increase in the heat, increased heat in the urban areas. We talk of intensity of rainfall. All these things are the effects, and they have been happening, and they will continue to happen irrespective of any ongoing mitigation that will be put in place. So it is vital that as urban planners, we have sufficient knowledge to address issues relating to climate change across the world. And in view of this, our ministry, we appreciate partnering with Wascal for the progress and the development of our environment so as to mitigate the effect of climate change. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And God bless you.
Director of Academic Planning.
Thank you, sir. The salon is represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, the Wascal, Professor Adeyewa. I want to appreciate you and your team for this program. I'm highly impressed by all the presentation, and I felt and a professor from Germany, university, and go and study meteorology. It's highly impressed. That so thank you. So I can see that this program actually is an eye-opener. And the area that I want to address is the area of synergy with the secondary school students. I can look at the number of the students that are here today grossly inadequate for this program. So I want to say that probably we find a way of organizing this program in such a way that schools around us could benefit more from this program. That's number one. Secondly, is the area of curriculum review. If you look at the secondary school syllabus today, there are some courses that the federal government incorporated into the secondary school syllabus. Civic education, vocational, and all those courses. I think it's high time for us to push this area of education to the government so that the area of climate change will be incorporated in the secondary school syllabus. And then by extension, probably, thank God our guys are here, it can be made as one of the university requirement courses for graduation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ministry of Natural Resources.
To stand on the existing protocols. So I'm happy to join this program. My name is Abdul Festus. I represent the Permanent Secretary, Natural Resources, Minister of Natural Resources. So today's program is a well-chosen one because it affects every facet of life. And as a matter of fact, the most affected and the most heated sector is forestry. So as our people used to say, you cannot know Osho better than your child's mother. So anytime you are talking about climate, invariably you are referring to the forest. So whatever happens to the climate, you ask from a forester. Because you remove trees, there will be no rain. When there is no tree, there is no rain. That is the significance of our department. So, and I am happy to inform this gathering that the state government, although we have been battling with uncontrolled exploitation of trees in this state for a long time, but right now, so the government is through the ministry officials, the government is well listening to us now. So as I'm speaking with you now, so we have over 160 investors who have been wooed to invest in the public-private partnership in 3 plants. So currently, So the governor has graciously approved about 130,000 hectares of degraded farmland for raising of trees, establishment of trees. So, well, what I'm saying, so we are really working towards replenishing the climate. So that to sustain our climate, we all know the effect, the harmful effect when the climate is destroyed. So, and I want to advise the organizer of the program that in the future, so I would like us to include the representative of Timber Trade Organization, we call them TTO. So they have the association well groomed, so that the representative can join in this type of program, so that they will extend the importance, the significance of this program to the members, so that they will know that they should not destroy the environment, destroy the trees indiscriminately in order to preserve our climate. So once again, I thank the organizer of this program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
The existing protocol. My name is Oshewa Olubenga James, representing the Director Principal of Federal Government Girls College, Akure. I want to sincerely appreciate the organization of this program, and that eyes are opener. But if we get back to school, we're going to give the feedback to our principal director, especially the lecture that the professor gave to us. He made a statement there that he's projecting every rainfall for part of Africa. Every rainfall. So I began to think that could spell a lot of problems or do for Africa if this is not properly managed. And I began to think that as environmentalists, that I know that when we act locally, also we think globally. What we do in our domain, our locality, also tends to affect the globe as well. So as a result of this, we get to school in a club society, we're going to establish climate change club. So instill in our students when it's something about climate change, they could be a contributor. They could affect with what they do in their locality to affect the globe as well. So they should be conscious of what they do in their private, in their domain, because this will also affect the globe. So we're going to start the climate change club by the grace of God as we get to school.
Thank you very much. Third.
Really, this is serious, and I think we should start from the grassroots. So I want to advise the policymakers to take environmental education to the grassroots, because many of us, we don't know, all we know we don't really act. This issue of don't do the do's and don'ts. I would say teach your child the way you should go. So I will never depart from it. So we should teach the children from the grassroots environmental education, the do's and don'ts. Because now at this point we are at the point of rescuing the environment. But we start from the grassroots and we are going to sustain it. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. That's been wonderful. Now we have collaborators. SAS, our vice chancellors here. You can hear what they are saying. That means that FWT architecture, urban regional planning. I mean, we have people here, and this is a launching platform. We are coming. We're going to collaborate with you. Thank you very much for all you have said. In fact, for let's respond to the secondary schools. You have said it. We are going to collaborate with you. Thank you for forming the Climate Change Club. We are coming to you. You see, we have the mandate, not only from Germany, but from West African countries, to ensure, even from Glasgow, that we need to, we're going to give you prizes and awards. And you will tell us those who are doing well, so we can give you awards. So we want to harmonize everyone, even from kindergarten. A club has just written to us now. They are dealing with age 5 to age 12, and they are bringing them up as climate champions. So we are coming back to you by the grace of God. Environmentalist, okay, thank you for being here.
we are also going to collaborate with you. My wife saw a scene very recently, and she came back home bleeding in her heart. She said along Badejida Road, somebody was driving, and he brought up a bag of refuse. And he was so careful, he was dropping it like this, and he was driving. He was dropping it and driving. And when he finished, he wrapped the wrapper and dropped it right on the road. She felt like, making a U-turn. And you are here now, sir. Such a person, I don't know, apart from psychology, I think we should also lay hands and pray for such a person. But even in FUTA here, I saw a woman, that day I was driving across. She was well dressed. I don't think she was being a lecturer. She was eating FUTA bread. I saw it. And I met her. And then she dropped it right on the road. After, I wanted to turn, but I say, who's mad now? Is it me or her or something? So we need environmental climate champions. Who is here who wants to be a climate champion? Okay, will give you a license. You address it. If, like you said, if you are sane, then you go to court. If you are not sane, then you go to Arrow. On that note, please, what we'll do now is just after the brief vote of thanks, we'll go out there. But I have to address these other things. It's been a wonderful day. Deputy, you complete. Deputy.
I want to say thank you to everyone. It's been a wonderful and amazing time. And particularly the fact that we sent out to you and you answered us. If you are not here, there is no way this program will unfold. And if we go ahead, we would have been talking to ourselves and it will still be like our everyday life. But today has been very, very unique because of your dignified presence. So the Vice Chancellor, represented by the DVC-D and the DVC-A, we want to say a very big thank you to you both, sirs. And the University Librarian, we want to say thank you. The University boss, sir. Oh, apology. Sorry, permit me, I'm just a learner. So we appreciate your presence. Our deans, our invited special guests from the government quarters, from every individual sectors of the ministries. We cannot be mentioning your name one by one again, but we want to say thank you. For we didn't even have to follow up. I must confess, my director didn't even notice that we didn't even follow up. It was just a one-off drop of letter at your ministries. And I'm surprised that the ministries have actually taken a new dimension, even the waste management. So we really appreciate this, and we are now much confident that we can really do a lot of things together. And we're going to take this relationship further. So we want to say thank you. And our wonderful students and principal representatives, we want to say thank you because we are glad that you are here. And you are not just here, I can see many of you taking notes, and the feedback from one of the schools on the issue of climate change club, just like you have seen our next itinerary, we still have a big outreach that is going to just be we, students and us alone. So, and the issue of this Wascal Climate Change Club is still going to be coming down to you. And like the director rightly said, there are quite a number of opportunities even from the club level. And I want you to just look back. You can Google on Globe, G-L-O-B-E. Globe once started. I was an active member of Globe, and I know it was on Israel at the point I was to travel to Canada, to South Africa with 4 students and 1 teacher from Ondo State across the rest. So, but it's not as active as it is because we know. Yeah, I know it's on. But why I just keep that is that the activity level, because we are quite representative in Nigeria, the activity level is just not what is obtainable. In Cameroon, students are already traveling on the bills of their state government of Globe, and it's doing a wonderful. So Wascal is going to give you a new edge on that, and I know that it's going to fly and go places. So we want to say thank you, and after this, while taking the photograph, or immediately after the photograph, the students should please exercise because you still have your own part. There is an educational outreach for you. You are going to see most of our facilities.
and the lecturers are actually waiting to take you through different observatories and even this newest satellite observatory in the country, in our department. So we will from there be able to speak on some basic of weather and climate and the data collection techniques and their uses and applicability to stimulate your interest for further intentions of your academics in life. So on this note, I want to say thank you to everyone, and particularly our men from the PRO unit of FUTA, Protocols and Information Unit. So we want to say thank you. We appreciate everybody.